Just in time.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Dum Yinzers. This is episode 368 of the show. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing today?
Ryan, you're muted, buddy.
I'm muted? How the hell am I muted?
You're muted, Ryan.
Oh no.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I don't know if you can.
Derpy hears me, Mike.
Oh no.
Mike looks so confused.
Anyone hearing me?
I hear you. I hear Derpy. Derpy hears me. Does he hear you, Derpy?
I'm not sure.
There we go, guys. I'm sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulties on my end.
All right.
You know,
we'll do this and then go back through, cut the beginning off, and then we'll just start the. I don't know. What do you think?
Let's just keep rolling, boys.
All right. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to the Dum Yinzers. This is episode 368. I don't know what the hell Mike just did, but
Mike has no idea either what he just
I don't
did.
know.
You know what? This is
Monday morning.
It's Monday. We're doing it live. This is what this is the fun of doing things live.
This is what you get, everybody. Welcome back to the show, guys. We have some stuff we got to talk about today. Before we do start, I do want to say that, Derpy, if you decide, I read this on the internet yesterday, if you decide that you want to eat Subway free for the rest of your life, you can do so by legally changing your name to Subway. If you legally change your name to Subway, you could then have Subway free every day the rest of your life.
I think Derpy should change his name to Subway.
I think so too.
I am all for
I might consider that heavily.
You know what? I thought about it too. I would have no problem doing that.
I think Derpy should change his name to Subway and then his middle name to Jared.
Also, guys, I've seen the 10th installment of this movie Saw. You guys remember the movie Saw?
Yeah.
Saw 10, Saw X is coming out in September. If anybody's interested in the Saw movies, that is coming out. Them things are still coming out 20 years later.
I stopped after the second one. The
second one was real bad. After that, they went back to being good.
I watched the first two. The first one was amazing.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, I'm done.
Saw 2 is real bad. It was the one with the girl fell into the pit full of needles, and I like
that.
I mean, that particular movie was bad. Compared to the rest of them for some reason. And also the other thing, guys, before we get started, Magic Johnson. Anybody see this? I was watching TV the other day, and I noticed that these prescription medication commercials that are always on TV.
Yeah.
Get your Cybulta. Da, da, da. Well, Magic Johnson is doing a commercial for medication for COPD. And I was just wondering, wouldn't it be more beneficial for Magic Johnson to be doing the HIV commercials that they have on that you see regularly now? So the commercial goes through, Magic Johnson's talking about the COPD medicine. And so the commercials are, and that thought crossed my mind as I'm watching. Yeah. Wow, that's weird. So the following commercial, get this. The following commercial was an HIV medication commercial with another person doing it. It wasn't Magic Johnson. What do you think that's all about? He was doing the COPD, and then immediately the commercial started. As that commercial ended, and it was an HIV medication, and it was somebody else.
There was a glitch in the Matrix.
There has to
be a glitch in the Matrix.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't believe we live in a simulation. I don't believe we're in the Matrix, but I think we might be on that one right there.
Magic, and maybe we're going to wake up one day and Magic Johnson's never going to have AIDS. They're going to say, no, that never happened.
It was Larry Bird.
And it was a Mandela effect. And you thought that he had AIDS back in 1991. It never was. Here we are 33 years later.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Magic had his run as the spokesman for AIDS. Now he's going to be the spokesman for COPD.
Yeah.
He's just running through them all, boys. That's what he's doing.
It was an
Just
odd
weird,
thing.
yeah. Because you would think you're like the most well-known person still alive who has AIDS, like him and Freddie Mercury were like the two that you always talked about. Freddie died, Magic's still going, so you think he'd be the one still talking about it? He just spokesman for COPD.
Yeah.
He's just running through them all, boys. That's what he's doing.
I got some kind of playback, Mike.
Me too.
You would think you're like the most well-known person still alive who has AIDS. Not me.
Do you hear that?
I hear it. Freddie died. Magic's still going. Someone has YouTube playing in the background.
Yeah. Maybe that was me.
Yeah, I think it was you. Yeah, well. You know what? It's Monday, boys.
Is it gone? Is it still doing
it's gone? It's gone now. I think we're having a case of the Mondays.
I think this is I think we're in a glitch. I think we're in a Magic Johnson glitch, buddy.
Yeah,
I got an idea. Let's talk some sports.
Yeah,
that'll help. Sports always helps.
Sports makes everything better.
I'm going to start with baseball to knock this out, guys. I do have some football I want to talk about today. The Pirates, they win the series over the Philadelphia Phillies. They win the series 2-1 with a walk-off style yesterday.
Yes.
The Pirates win the game 6-4. Palacios walk-off bottom of the 10th home run, 2-run jack. Pirates win 6-4. Again, like the Young Bucks are not giving up. We've got 2 months left. We are 2/3 of the way through the season as of tomorrow. We have 1/3 left. They might keep it interesting.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. They've won what, 6 out of 10. Yeah, they're past 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I think they're not gonna contend, but let these young guys play. Like we said yesterday, let's just let them play. And if someone gets hot, they keep our attention until real football matters. I'll be okay with that. But let's keep them out there. Palacios with that beautiful walk-off last night. Okay, that kind of gets you excited. But we know what happens every time we get excited about the Buckeyes. They tend to go on a little losing streak, but hopefully they don't.
So they're chipping away little by little. They're now 47-58. They're 11 games under 500, and they're 10 games. They went from 11.5 to 10.5 to 10. They're 10 games out of first place right at the moment. We got 2 games against Detroit over the next starting Tuesday and Wednesday, and then going into the weekend, it's going to be a series against Milwaukee, which could be big. Again, we are chipping away. We're 10 games out. We've come a game and a half. And especially when you're down, especially in the basement in baseball, it's very hard to come back. But it's going to be interesting to see if this group of young bucks could keep the Pirates' eyes on the prize. These last 2 months of the season play out. Triolo goes 2 for 5 last night, 2 runs. Palacios, of course, with the walk-off home run. He had 3 hits in total, 2 RBIs, 1 run, 1 homer. The big stacks. He actually ended up playing a pretty decent game yesterday as well. He had 2 hits with 2 RBIs, a home run. I would bundle him in. Here's the thing. It's crazy. But at this point in the season, 2/3 of the way through, we're probably going to sell. But if you were to sell, I would try to get rid of him in that big ass contract already. I would take him, get rid of him because he stinks. You're not going to build around this guy. Come on. He's showing it this year. This is the guy that you're trying to build around. But Big Stack is still going to be there. He's still going to be around. We paying him a lot of money for some reason, and he'll be here. But Dick Mountain gets the win. I don't think he got the win, but he pitched a decent game. 5 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, and 7 Ks. And they were showing a graphic yesterday where he has the 3rd most amount of called strikes where the batter doesn't swing. It's a called strike. He has the 3rd most amount in the National League called strikes on a season, only behind Mitch Keller, behind Mitch Keller in 2nd place.
Huh. That's right. I forgot Mitch was high up there as well.
Dick Mountain, they both have number 2 and number 3 amount of called strikes for the season. That's something, especially when a guy only throws 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, and his with the ERA of like 4.7, 4.8, not bad for the old man.
Questions. Connor Joe also had 2 hits. He had 2 hits in this game as well. My one question about what goes on with this team is this: why is it that Bednar only pitches the ninth inning. Let's say, for an example, yesterday, I think it was tied or we scored late to take the game over to extra innings or something. If they had him come in and pitch that ninth inning, why don't you use him accordingly as the way it would play out if, the game went to the 11th inning, the 12th inning, anything like that, where you're taking the lead, you're trying to, it always bugs me because no matter on the road, if they're batting last, if they're whatever, he always pitches the ninth inning. Why can't you use him down the road a little bit more in an inning in a case where you may need him? But he always gets that ninth inning spot, maybe a couple batters early into the eighth, but never into the 10th, never later.
See, I have no problem last night him pitching the ninth. I was thinking the same thing too, but the more I thought about it, if you shut him out in the ninth, you just need one run wins it. So
yeah,
might as well get him out there to where you only need the one run to win and hope your offense can get you that run, and they did. So I don't have a problem with it, but like other times in the year, there's times they should have used him sooner.
Right.
Get him, have him pitch that, the 6 out save. And, right here in the ninth last night, I didn't have a problem with it. The more I thought about it, just because, you get him out, you're up next, score a run, go home. And it worked out, finally, like luck played on our side.
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to see him in earlier anymore, is what I would like to see.
Let me ask you this. There are 10 games out right now, end of July. Let me ask you, at the end of August, if there are 4.5 games out, let's say that this Young Bucks team pulls some miracles here in this next month of August, and they're sitting at 4.5 with the remainder of the season left. Do you think that the Pirates, I don't know. Again, I'm searching for something that isn't there, basically, with this team, just to kind of keep them relevant. But 4.5 games with 1 month left. What do you think the Pirates do? What do you think they do? Because again, they've already sold on Santana. They've got to the point where they're probably going to be all out selling. I don't know what they're gonna ship out. But let's just say this Young Bucks team pulls it together as they did to finish this series and to win this series. I mean, it's been all the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
What do you say at the end of August if this team is sitting 5 games, 4.5 games out? Do you have confidence that maybe this team might be able to make a little noise in September, or do you just think that this is it? This is what you're going to get right here.
I think this is what we're going to get right here. If they can win a couple series down the stretch, I'll be happy. I don't think they're gonna whittle away, but if they somehow make it to 4 games out going into September, call up some more young guys, let them get in there, I would like it. It's not going to depend on what they do at the trade deadline. Are they going to blow it up? Are they going to sell Bednar? Are they going to sell Keller? Rich Hill, Hedges, I don't care, get rid of those 2 guys. Yeah, that's fine by me. But if they sell Bednar and Keller, I think that's when you're going to see a complete collapse.
One
they
thing
keep
that you
those
can't
2.
sell.
I can see them still scrapping along, and just the young guys get better.
One thing that you can't sell is Palacios's gritty. Did you see his gritty that he did as he was coming across the plate? Man, that was comparable. It was either this one or the Carlos Santana walk-off home run with the celebrations. I think is neck and neck. I don't know which one's better at this time because it's more fresh. I would probably lean toward Palacios gritty. But you know what? Santana was pretty amazing as well. So
especially I like Santana's more because he's old.
Yeah.
And an old guy hitting the gritty, I'm here for it.
The Pirates, they're off today. They come back tomorrow. They host the Tigers. Game 1 of 2 tomorrow night, 7:05. Probables for this game. Johan Oviedo with a 4-11 record coming in with a 4.60 ERA and 106 Ks on the season, facing Matt Manning, 3-2, 4.32 ERA and 30 strikeouts. Again, this is tomorrow.
That is the deadline too.
Yep, tomorrow's the deadline. Yeah, maybe Hill's performance last night will entice the team to take him.
Yeah,
I hopefully that'll be his last game in Pittsburgh. We can get something in return.
Let's stiff arm over to football before we start on the Steelers and the NFL. I do want to say, did anybody see this running back, this Yasin Willis? Apparently, he's the number one running back. He's the number one player in the state of New Jersey. His choices came down to Pitt, Alabama, Michigan, Penn State, Nebraska, Ole Miss, Virginia Tech, Kentucky, Louisville, Indiana, and South Carolina. And he ended up choosing Pitt.
No way.
He chose Pitt. So that says a lot for what's going on with this athletic department at Pitt. The fact that this guy skipped over Alabama. This guy skipped over Michigan. You know what I mean? So these are good signs for especially the Pitt football team.
And I think it was a smart choice too, because like Penn State.
Yeah, because you didn't choose Penn State.
Well, Penn State has two really good running backs right now who both started as freshmen last year. Alabama's always loaded at running back. And you come to a place like Pitt, and I'm not going to say this as like a diss. You have if you're a 5-star recruit or a 4-star recruit, you have a much better chance starting right away right now.
No, I mean, he's not going to
he might if he comes in as a world beater, he might have a fast track.
He has a couple guys he has to beat out first, but But
if he comes in as a legit kid, man, that would be huge, man. Because if he
Pitt's,
can come in,
the old Pitt, yes, I would definitely agree that he would definitely have. But like I said, this team has come a long way.
Yeah, they've come a long way. But if he can come in and start right away, and that's going to show other recruits coming down the pipeline, hey, if you're really good, you have a chance to start right away, and that can help Pitt to take even a bigger jump.
I do say Pitt's going to have a big season this year. I could keep your eye open for this team. They are moving in the right direction.
I hate Pitt, but they are headed in the right direction. It's hard to deny.
They have a lot, Pitt has they have a lot of good things. If you go back and you look through their history, it's an amazing program. A couple other things I do want to talk about. Did anybody see Kenny kicking field goals yesterday at camp?
Hey, if Baltimore has another down year, we need someone to step up.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Ben was the punter.
Ben punted the ball. Yeah.
Kenny
can't come in and kick a field goal. It was nice right between the pipes. We'll take it.
Hey.
Let me ask you guys. I asked Mike this question yesterday, and I got his answer, so I'm going to take it to the other side. Let me ask you guys. Derpy, are you alive over there?
Yes.
All right. My question is this for you guys. Which starter on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, if you could pick one starter that you don't want to do this, but if you had to pick one to lose for the entire season, and you believe that we would still be okay, maybe because the person playing behind them, but who is one starter on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense, you guys, that you would be okay with blowing an ACL or just totally blowing his knee out in the first week of the season and losing the person for the whole entire year? I mean, of course, there's going to be guys that you don't want to. You wouldn't want that to happen in a million years. But if you had to choose one, who's one player on the Steelers defense that you would be okay with if we lost him for the whole season?
Who would that be for me?
Yeah, who would that be for you, Derby?
Who would that be you for Derby?
Surprisingly, it would probably be TJ.
TJ, why is that? Why
I'd be okay just because of the depth we have right now.
Okay.
I don't want it to happen, but overall depth right now, I think we're okay.
Mike, who would you pick?
I Landon Robinson. We just signed
linebacker too.
I'd rather lose an inside linebacker than the best outside linebacker in football. We saw what happened last year when TJ Watt went down.
Yeah.
He's one guy you can't afford to lose. Him, Minka, you can't afford to lose.
I know, but it's probably going to happen more.
But if we had to lose someone, it would be one of the starting inside linebackers. Cornerback.
I think that's your safe bet.
No safety, no D-line, no.
Because we just signed Quan Alexander. I think that makes this a little bit easier to answer.
Yeah, that's the thing I'm worried about.
And if you had to lose somebody, if you took a Landon Roberts out, then you would be able to simply plug in Quan, and you would still have these couple other inside linebackers that are all right.
And if you lose TJ, there's depth out there, but it's not like someone who's going to give you a similar production value.
I thought that was Alex Highsmith.
Alex Highsmith he had 4 sacks.
I know, but we're hyping him up like he's TJ Watt. So,
but he would have performance last year showed that he was not TJ Watt when Watt was out of the lineup. That's why I'm okay. losing an inside backer.
Let me ask you this. Say the season goes the whole way through this year, guys. We play the season, no matter what happens. What do you think the position is going to be next year, round one, that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be saying, okay, we're looking for a guy at this position. This is what we want to go after. This year we knew that we needed a left tackle. This year we know that we needed a cornerback. We went out, we got these positions. This time, well, not this time, but earlier in the year, next year, who do you think will be hunting for that very first pick in the NFL draft in the spring?
I'm gonna go. It's gonna be wow. There's a couple pop in my mind, but I'm gonna go inside backer. I have a feeling
the inside linebacker.
I would say inside linebacker too.
Yeah, I think this year, they're gonna be better than last year. But if a stud inside linebacker,
yeah,
because if Cole Holcomb, plays the way he did like before he got injured last year, he's going to be set. And if you can get a stud next to him, you'd have four really good linebackers, and that's huge in the 3-4.
I'm curious to see this Cole Holcomb. I can't wait to watch him play.
Yeah.
Here next Friday, guys. So I think we all agree on that. Inside linebacker is a position that
or center.
Or center, yeah.
Yeah, maybe some more offensive line, depending on how this season looks. But it is Monday Fun Day, so I do have a couple more here for you. Monday Fun Day. Which team of the Big Four at this time, which I call the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Eagles, all four had really great seasons last year, as we all know. Which one of these four teams, the Chiefs, the Bills, the Bengals, or the Eagles, falls out of the top four teams? I mean, most people would agree that those are the top four. Coming in next with maybe San Francisco, teams like this, but those four, of course, are the top four. Which one of those four can you see falling out of the top four this year?
Ooh,
that's tough, Mike.
I'm gonna go with Buffalo.
Buffalo. And then any reason, or maybe the division's gotten a little tougher? Maybe
the division.
Maybe they lost enough people in off season. What do you think? What's their?
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that
because I thought Buffalo too. I just didn't know who all they lost.
Yeah, they lost some defensive players. The Jets, on paper got better. I was gonna say the Eagles, but I'm looking at the rest of the NFC East. None of those teams really scare me. Dallas will be good for half the season, then fall off. The Giants are the Giants. I don't trust Daniel Jones. So I'm going to go Buffalo. I can see Buffalo taking that step back. I see that Bengals offense is getting better and better.
Yeah, right.
I see the Eagles, weak division, and Kansas City. Until they prove that they can't get it done, I'm going to keep saying Kansas City.
Derby, you got the Bengals, the Bills.
I got the Bengals.
And the Eagles. And you're saying the Bengals are most likely
to
take a step back. Why do you think that, Derby?
Because they're in our division and I hate them.
Okay, that's fair.
And I don't like Joe Burrow because he quit on Ohio State after getting beat up by Dwayne Haskins.
And then he went on to be the best one
of the best
quarterbacks of all time.
He got beat out and he quit on Ohio State.
And where's Dwayne Haskins now?
Oh, Mike.
I know. As soon as that word came out of my mouth,
he got beat up by,
Before the tragedy, where did they end up? How I meant it.
I'm
a terrible person.
I'm going to say the Eagles. For a few reasons.
They lost too many events.
They did lose. They lost some people, and I put that into consideration. I just think of these four quarterbacks: Patrick Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, and Hurts. I think that Hurts has the best chance to be inconsistent.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And I think with that reason and that reason alone, on top of other reasons such as they lost some veterans, this and that, maybe coming off a Super Bowl high, as some teams do, the Super Bowl, what they call that, the hangover. I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles. maybe, you know, I think the NFC East teams, they're good enough to kind of ridiculously fall into a good position, like Dallas. I don't think Dallas is this great team, but they're good enough, and you know, maybe on a Sunday night game against the Eagles late in the season, something crazy can happen. I just think these other teams are too good. They run like well-oiled machines, and as good as Philadelphia was last year, don't get me wrong, they murdered us 38-10, I believe. Yeah. I just think that Philadelphia is the least consistent, which is crazy because again, this team's been to the Super Bowl, you know, a couple times in the past so many years. But that would be my pick. I would pick the Philadelphia Eagles. I got one more, guys. One more Monday fun day adventure for us. This one's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you didn't see it. You may have seen it, but if you didn't, just play along. The NFL had picked their top 100 plays of all time. Top 100 plays of all time, and the Pittsburgh Steelers fell into 7. They fell into 7 spots in the top 100 plays of all time. I'm gonna give you the list of plays.
What number 1 should be?
I'm gonna give you the list of plays, and then I'm gonna tell you what numbers were winners, and you're gonna try to tell me which place these plays fell into. Okay.
All right.
So, of course, yes, the Immaculate Reception would be one. Lynn Swan's circus catch is another one. You all recall Lynn Swan's circus catch where he's falling over the guy, kind of juggles it. Ben's shoelace tackle is another one. Against the Colts in the divisional round back in 2005. Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown against Arizona in the Super Bowl. Randall L's touchdown pass to Hines Ward in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
James Harrison's immaculate interception, 100-yard interception return, and Bradshaw's pass to Stallworth. Again, this is another iconic pass that you've seen many times. So those 7 plays were named, and I'll remind you what they are in case you forget them. 7 of the best NFL's 100 plays ever.
Well, they are.
The plays numbered as this. One of them was the number 1 play of all time. Another one was number 6. Number 7. Number 10. Number 45. Number 57. And number 80. The 80th best play in the NFL in all time. So 1, 6, 7, 10, 45, 57, and 80. Again, the Immaculate Reception, the shoelace tackle, Lynn Swan's circus catch, Antonio Holmes' touchdown catch, Randall L's pass to Hines Ward, Bradshaw's pass to Stallworth, and Harrison's immaculate interception. Does anybody want to take a guess what the number 1 play in the NFL of all time, the best play ever was?
James Harrison.
James Harrison is the best play ever of all time. What about you, Derpy?
I'm going to go Franco.
Franco?
Yeah.
Franco, immaculate reception. Best play ever in the history of the game. Number 6 all time comes down to the shoelace tackle, Lynn Swan's circus catch, Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown, Randall L's pass to Hines, Bradshaw's pass to Stallworth, or Harrison's immaculate interception. What do you think is number 6 all time?
Harrison.
Harrison's an immaculate reception. What do you think, Derpy?
San Antonio.
Santonio Holmes, game-winning touchdown.
Yep.
Number 6 best play all time in the NFL is Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. Derpy is 2-0. Mike, you're 0-2. You get an opportunity to come back on this next one. The 7th best play of all time. Of course, we learned number 1 was the immaculate reception. Number 2 was Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown. Number 7 of all time. If you any point you need me to repeat what the plays are, just ask. Otherwise, I'm looking for the 7th best play in NFL history. Would you say, Mike?
James Harrison.
James Harrison. All right. Derpy, what would you think would be number 7, which is the 3rd Steeler play, but 7th overall?
What were the plays again?
They are the shoelace tackle, Lynn Swan circus catch. Randall L's pass to Hines Ward for the touchdown in the Super Bowl. James Harrison's immaculate interception. And Terry Bradshaw's pass to John Stallworth.
I'm going to go Harrison.
Harrison as well?
Yeah.
The number 7 best play of all time in NFL history was, in fact, James Harrison's immaculate interception. So quick recap: 1, immaculate reception; 2, Santonio Holmes game-winning touchdown, which was number 6 overall. Number 7 overall was Harrison's immaculate interception. We're looking for now the 10th best play in the NFL's history. 10 best plays in the NFL history, and you have four plays left to pick from. The shoelace tackle, Lynn Swan circus catch, Randall L pass to Hines Ward in the end zone for a touchdown, and Terry Bradshaw's pass to John Stallworth. Guys, does anybody want to take a guess at which is the number 10 best play all time in the NFL?
Lynn Swan, levitating leap.
Lynn Swan circus catch. What about you, Derby?
I'm going to go with the Lynn Swan.
Lynn Swan?
Yep.
The 10th best play of all time, of course, was Lynn Swan's circus catch. 10th best play in NFL history right there.
Ryan.
What's up?
Before we move on, everyone knows Lynn Swan. He's a legend. I'm just saying GP reminds me somewhat of him.
Yeah.
Pickens.
I can see it. Pickens is really tall.
Yeah. Just the way he goes up with it. Just the way he goes up, gets it. It's like poetry in there, like Lynn was.
So number 1 is the immaculate reception. Number 2 is Santonio Holmes' game-winning touchdown in Super Bowl 43. Number 7 overall was James Harrison's 100-yard interception return. Number 10 overall was Lynn Swan's circus catch. So we have 3 left, guys. Your number 45, number 57, and number 80. So keep that in mind. We're looking for last 3 they fall between the shoelace tackle, Randall L pass to Hines Ward, and Bradshaw pass to Stallworth. Guys, I'm looking for number 45. Which one do you think it is?
Big Ben.
Big Ben shoelace tackle. What do you think, Derpy?
It's not Randall L. It's all this Stallworth or Ben.
Which one do you think it's going to be?
I'm trying to go perfect here. I'm sorry.
Hey, so far so good, Derpy. Don't mess up. The pressure is on you, man. You're going to think about this the rest of the day if you screw this up. You know that.
Derpy.
Yep. All right.
I think I'm going to go Ben.
Ben shoelace tackle. All right. Number 45, the best play, 45th best play in NFL history is, in fact, guys, the famous Bradshaw to Stallworth pass.
Oh, nice.
A million times. So the immaculate reception, Santonio Holmes, Harrison's interception, Lynn Swan circus catch, Stallworth from Bradshaw. We got 2 left. The number 57th best play in NFL history and the number 80th best play in NFL history. It comes down to the shoelace tackle and Randall L's pass to Hines Ward. Guys, give me the number 57th best play in the history
Ben
of the NFL.
Ben.
Guys, both going with Ben?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's your final answer?
Ben.
All right. The answer is the shoelace tackle. The shoelace tackle is the 57th best play in the NFL history, which makes the 80th Randall L's touchdown pass to Hines Ward in Super Bowl 40. 7 of the best 100 plays ever.
I still get a heart attack when thinking about that play with Ben.
No.
It's the season, right? Everyone knows it's the season if he doesn't get that tackle.
The big part about this, and especially for guys our age, Mike, we hadn't had any luck with the Steelers our whole life at this point. We were born right as the dynasty was ending. We grew up into the dregs of the 80s, and then the 90s came, and we came 3 yards short from going to the Super Bowl. Then the following year, we Jim Harbaugh throws up his Hail Mary pass and we kind of sneak into the Super Bowl in a game that we ended up losing on crazy situations with our quarterback. And then it fell off. We missed that window of opportunity. I remember thinking that in the 90s, thinking, well, that was our window. That was our chance. So when that came around 10 years later, when that play happened and we're playing against the Colts and Bettis fumbles, you wouldn't believe it felt like a shotgun to the chest, the way that felt until Ben made that tackle. That might have been maybe the single-handedly the craziest turning point for the Steelers in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, just being at that crossroad. But there you have it, everybody. The 7 of the 10, I think, is pretty amazing to have 7 of 100. I'm sorry, 7 of 100 best plays ever. The immaculate reception.
Best franchise.
Holmes, Harrison, Lynn Swan, Stallworth, the shoelace tackle, and then Randall Ellis pass to Hines Ward. Mike, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Dumyinzers.com. Everything you need is there. Email, merchandise store, everything. Dum Yinzers. Buy your Bob Nothing merch.
www.dumyinzers.com. Go check it out, everybody. Guys, we are going to skip over to the Tigers trivia. We aren't going to do the baseball trivia too much longer, maybe a couple more weeks, but we are going in the preseason next Friday. So the trivia game is going to change up a little bit to do with football at that time. However, we are playing the Tigers this week. So I'm going to finish us off today with a nice Detroit Tigers trivia question. Gentlemen, ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Which player once led the league in home runs without hitting the ball over the fence?
Ty Cobb.
Which Tigers player once led the league in home runs without hitting the ball over the fence? Go ahead and think that one through. We'll get your answers here in just a moment. We are live. We're live 7 days a week, everybody, Monday through Sunday, 11:30, right here every day. You can check us out. And if you don't get a chance to, or you prefer listening to podcasts, the new episode that we do every day gets uploaded over on Spotify at 8:00 p.m. And you can listen to it at your own leisure, maybe at the gym, in the car, whatever you want to do. But it is in podcast form, 8:00 every night, brand new episode. All right, guys. The question of the day is this: which Tigers player once led the league in home runs without hitting the ball over the fence? Mike, you had said somebody. Who do you think it is?
Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb. Is this your final answer?
Final answer.
All right, I'm gonna lock Mike into place. Derpy, same question. Which Tigers player once led the league in home runs without hitting the ball over the fence?
I'm gonna go with Ty Cobb.
Ty Cobb as well. Final answer?
Yep.
This player once led the league with home runs without hitting the ball over the fence. It was 1909. The amount of home runs was 9, and they were all inside the park. Every single one of them was inside the park, and the player was Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb. Guys have some extensive Detroit Tiger knowledge.
Only Tiger I know.
Yeah.
Oh man, Mike, you got anything before we take off?
Almost football season. Almost here. So close.
Almost football season. What about you, Derpy? 162.
Before I say something, are you going to announce that?
I'm not going to know until about Wednesday on my end.
All right.
Stairway to 7.
Stairway to 162.
Stairway to 7.
Stairway to 7. And mine, of course, is next Friday. Next Friday. It's almost like having a bye week now. That's how close we are to the football season. Pretend that this week is the bye week and the following week is the next game, because next Friday, not this Friday, a couple days, but next Friday is the first preseason game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People are ready. People are ready.
Here we go.
Can't wait.
Can't wait to see all these guys, everyone they brought in. It's very highly anticipated this year, I'm sure, for everybody. And for the show, for everybody here at the show, from Derpy, Mike, myself, the two Dum Yinzers, everybody have a